now Vantiv. I'm sorry. Fifth Third Processing Solutions, rebrand. Seems like, oh, no big deal, they just changed their name. We have a lot of integrations with Fifth Third, and we have a lot of custom code, a lot of custom logic. From an agent bank perspective, rebrand was a huge effort from us, from our perspective in Q in the last quarter. We're still doing work in the next quarter. We take it apart and then we magically change the order to look like something else when it's their agent bank, and they're selling under a lot of different brands. So a lot of work. This one huge for Pam, Brad, Mike Higdon, who literally, Pam was like, I was too afraid I was going to sleep through the merchant refresh file, so I stayed up until 1:30 in the morning so I could call Brad so he could get up, so he could actually go ahead and grab the file, so we didn't bring our systems down the next morning. All that happened quietly, seamlessly, and nobody knew about it. So huge, huge. Okay, if you're going to spew in this. So we actually had, okay, you got the Wayne's World reference, right? Very proud of you.
Is there a Metallica reference?
No, it's Dreamforce, baby. I'm still hoping I can go. What happened? Operations. We have something called a Vericenter. WorldPay's Vericenter had been up and down and up and down and up and down. And a lot of folks from our company, a lot of folks from the intercompany, they were basically out half a day. That is huge. You cannot download. You don't have a Vericenter. So in that particular case, their Vericenter puked, and we were still able to make up and get every order out the door on time without impact to WorldPay. 3 is a company, 4 is a crowd, and I don't know what 6 is because, poor Pam, I'm surprised she has hair left. We've got significant telco issues between Portal and Fifth Third. Oh, excuse me. Where we are actually having to coordinate telco issues between POS Portal, Time Warner, Cincinnati Bell, Fifth Third Bank, Fifth Third Processing Solutions, and Quest. I got that right. And unfortunately, it's amazing, but unfortunately, it's on the bank side of the house, and we have continued to support Vantiv to get the orders out the door without impact, which we've been able to do now going on week 9. Well, we're solved.
Yes. Tonight is they're moving the lines, the permanent move to production tonight. We'll be testing tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. in Louisville, and the carrier is no longer Quest. It will be AT&T.
And it was.
So we're not expecting any issues.
And it was ultimately discovered that it was a Vantiv FTPS issue.
It was a Fifth Third Bank Quest ICI handoff issue.
Yes, not us. But in
told
true,
you.
I know, I was, every day Joe would come in and say, okay, so how confident do you feel? 70%, 90%. So in that particular case, huge kudos to Pam, Ops, Telco, Mike Snyder jumping in, Mike Higdon jumping in, a lot of folks being able to try to support Vantiv as much as we could to make sure that their merchants weren't impacted at the end of the day and their revenue streams weren't impacted at the end of the day. I got ink. Moneris. We got Moneris contract signed, right? Mr. Stryker over there?
Well, I'm the last one to get the credit for that. Where's Carrie? Well, I did have to deal with Claudio, but he was a good guy. Carrie White, is she here?
No, she's not. I gave her a PTO. Can you believe that?
The organization did a fantastic effort, including the operation at Maine, getting Moneris' inventory all dialed out. Made a lot of progress. We'll be able to stop storing some of their really old equipment and just basically tighten up the relationship. And these guys, Claudio came in and this was extremely complimentary about our whole organization, our level of service delivery from everyone that he and his team interact with. And Carrie's kind of on the point on all that, but it's everybody backing her up. And it's just another validation from this is a client we had for almost 10 years, 8 with no contract at all. Things were going so well for so long through multiple management teams there. Very important data point. We're looking at some of our other situations that it just, you know what? We know if we reach in and touch that and we do anything to it, it can only get worse because it's terrific. So let's just leave it in place. And for compliance reasons or bank-owned entity, they wanted to have a contract finally, so we traded a few things, and we're heading into a 2-year deal with them that, as we just put it on paper, but the service levels of this company have really dictated the longevity of that relationship more than any piece of paper. So it was terrific.
We, as part of the Capital One contract signing in Q1, I think yes, it was Q1. We actually had a requirement to do code scans and application code assurance. So in the last quarter, we actually went out and found what the high vulnerabilities were within our code base for the applications that Capital One interacts with us, MCC, direct cart, things of that nature. Went ahead and locked down the SQL injection flaws. Thank you mostly to Jeff Steer. So that was again an item that we're doing, and we still have more to do to take over the finish line for the rest of the year. Yes, I know I only have 5 minutes left. Okay, so bring a broom. Kevin isn't here, but bottom line is from an e-com perspective, we've got a little Magento cleanup to do, which we've been focusing on the last quarter, reporting, matting of pages and things of that nature. Okay, so numbers, because everybody likes to throw around stats. Number of contract orders fulfilled in the last quarter. Anybody want to take a guess?
Big one.
C.
C.
Hopefully.
Who was B? Who was B? Who was
Somebody
it?
from your department?
Sabrina?
Sabrina? Yep, Sabrina's right. You get a prize! Okay, so number of non-contract orders fulfilled in the last quarter, last 3 months.
C.
Oh, who was that?
Me.
Yep. You
Get a ball.
What?
Bubbles.
Button in. Number of fulfillment packages shipped per day.
B.
What?
Can't play.
B.
Can't play.
B.
B, Sarah won! It's B!
Thanks, Marshall. Do you like wine? Yes.
Number of terminals refurbished in the last 3 months.
C. You can't hear anymore.
Ooh, C. Who said C? Who said C? So, can't win again, sorry. Who would like to yell out C?
Sarah.
Lisa yelled out C. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, next. Okay, number of call tag receipts.
In what
Okay,
period?
in what?
What period?
Call tag, last quarter. We're all talking about last 3 months.
B.
D.
C.
Oh, who said D? Aw. Try again. Who else would like to say C?
Or D.
Or D.
Okay, that's an easy giveaway.
Someone
Somebody
say D. That's great.
Number of call tag receiving exceptions.
Is this the 3 months?
This is the 3 months. It's all about
B.
quota.
B.
A.
There's
D.
no way we had D.
You are correct, Mr. Anderson. It is B. 98 of them we have.
Jeff. Catch.
That's not bad. That's not 98 out of how many? Okay, so y'all remember number of contact center calls average per day that we are taking.
Oh, C.
Hey, Miss Jennifer's got it. 40 calls per day. Number of new cases.
Oh,
No. C.
D.
Oh, who said D? Right, by default. Oh, God.
Ryan.
Call it out.
Good
Call it out.
job.
There's only one left.
Okay, so really quick, because I have 1 minute already then. So we've got more for P2 deployment, P2D2 in a galaxy far, far away. So we're going to do repair replacements. We're going to do all the stuff that Buzz talked about when he stole my thunder earlier today. New peeps, we've got Melanie who stole, oh no, I didn't steal her, that's right.
She solicited us.
She solicited us. Absolutely.
In the appropriate way. Thank you.
For an open account manager position in Louisville, she starts on Tuesday, and she will be helping us from an account management perspective in Louisville.
Solicited from where?
From Vantiv.
From Banted.
Vantiv is the former.
FTPS.
So, Melanie actually knows POS Portal inside and out. Spent an extensive amount of time at FTPF, now called Banted. And we look for her to bring hopefully a wealth of knowledge of how we can navigate an organization which is going through an ever degree of change, right?
She'll be in the office on July 11th.
She will be in the office. You will be here at HQ 2 weeks. So we've got you covered. E-com support out of the contact center, something else that we're going to be looking at so that we can actually provide greater amount of coverage from an e-com perspective out of the contact center in Louisville, in addition to Josh. Is it raining? So Kevin, from a drip marketing perspective, so I get to steal his thunder. We're going to be looking at really targeting the supplies market and consumables and hitting our prospects with opportunities to market to them from a supplies consumption perspective.